based on the media, based on what colleges teach when they teach entrepreneurship, we focus on, well, entrepreneurs create Uber, they create SpaceX, they create MedTech, right? Glorious, glamorous, sexy stories. Those ventures I just described are what we call aggressive growth ventures. It's all we ever focus on. It's what your local economic development office is interested in making happen in Milwaukee. They represent less than 1% of startups. So the chance of you getting one of them, I mean, that's why university programs miss the boat. If university entrepreneurship programs are talking about, let's create the next SpaceX, right? You'd be better off going to Las Vegas in terms of the odds. Less than 1% ever create any kind of meaningful growth. So what entrepreneurs create are 4 different kind of ventures. And you have to understand those 4 types are substantively different. Substantively different. And so we distinguish a survival, a lifestyle, a managed growth, and aggressive growth business. So survival is, you know, that guy in your neighborhood who comes around and does odd jobs, puts some shelves up for you, or cleans your gutters? What's that business that he's running? How's that work? Well, it's what we call a hand-to-mouth business. It's a business where he makes or she makes enough this week to pay this week's bills. Never gets ahead, but makes enough this week to pay this week's bills. Probably home-based or truck-based or stall-based business, has no premises. Probably no employees, or got a wife or sister or husband or somebody, but that's about it. Survival ventures, hand to mouth. The guy with the hot dog stand, he's got a cart, sells hot dogs on the corner out of his cart. That's a survival business. Lifestyle business is the corner bar, the hardware store, the hair salon, the shoe repair shop. So they're not always premises, but they tend to have premises. They tend to have employees. They make enough money not just to pay this week's bills or next week's bills, but they can accumulate wealth. They don't produce millionaires. That favorite bar of yours, that bar owner ain't a millionaire, ain't gonna become a millionaire. That hardware store owner, that hair salon owner. But it affords them a lifestyle. They can send their kids to school, they can take a vacation every other year, they can put money back into the business and replace the mirrors at the hair salon every 3 years or what have you. The managed growth business is the person who starts they're a real estate agent and they decide to open their own real estate firm, and then over the next 10 years they have 15 offices in eastern Wisconsin, and they have a commercial division and a residential division. Steady, stable, managed expansion. And then the aggressive growth, or the so-called gazelles, or the Ubers. So look at those 4, and first of all, the aggressive growth are less than 1%. The managed growth are about 14%. So what's that tell you? 85% of all startups are survival and lifestyle ventures. Meaning, these two, it's not that they don't grow. Sales will be higher this year than last year, but they don't seek to expand. They don't want 5 locations. They don't want to be in 4 states. They want a lifestyle kind of business, and that is fine. With the poor, closer to 98% are survival and lifestyle businesses. So most of what you're looking at is that, and my message is that's fine. Don't try to force them into growth and expansion when in fact our goal is take whatever it is and max it. Get as much out of that as you can in terms of income. All the time we have mentors going, well, that's just not that good of an idea. You know, we have a guy in South Bend, and his whole dream is he wants to get containers and retrofit containers and then sell them for different kind of purposes. And the mentor's like, well, that's just not going to work. Well, we're not in the idea killing business. We're in the, okay, if that's what you want to do, let's figure out the way you can do it that will earn you the most that it can. And what that may not be a lot of money, but you've got to check your ego at the door in terms of, no, let's turn this thing into something that's really going to grow and you create a lot of wealth for you. And I think you have to meet these folks where they are and walk their journey, not your journey. So why do I stress this? Well, you have to manage and set expectations in terms of what am I dealing with here, what could it be, and how do I, whatever it could be, it's a hair salon, well, how do I turn it into a hair salon that can make more money, not less money, in terms of how it's approached. And so, I don't mean to give you so much stuff on one slide, but there's a message here. The minute I introduce this survival, lifestyle, managed growth, aggressive growth thing, I'll bet most of you think, okay, well, I'll help this guy start a lifestyle business, and then we'll transition it to a managed growth business. That doesn't happen. I mean, it happens rarely, but my point is, these are 4 different paths. These are 4 discrete pathways, types of businesses. It's very hard to convert a survival business into a lifestyle business. There's a path dependency. There are decisions that are made that, and approaches that are taken that makes it difficult to, so the point of it is a survival business, fine. Let's make it as profitable a survival business as we can, because it's going to be hard to turn it into a managed growth business. In any case, the ventures that you are dealing with are not just overwhelmingly survival and lifestyle kind of businesses, but where do the business ideas come from? They come from the world in which these folks live, right? I often encourage people to think about 2 young men who grow up in the hood, right? And at age 18, one of them joins the Army. The other stays in the hood. And they come back together at 25. Well, which of those 2 can see more opportunity? Probably the one who joined the Army, right? So that's what we call the opportunity horizon. And the opportunity horizon of the poor is constrained to the world they live in and the things they see. And so their business ideas are tied to the things they see and the experiences they've had. So it's a journey, and what you're trying to do is help navigate that journey. So we had a woman who started a cleaning business. Ask yourself the question, why did she start a cleaning business?
She saw the need.
Because everybody needs their home cleaned, right? And she already knows how. So it's her reference point, right? She starts a cleaning business. Now what happens? Well, there's a shit ton of cleaning businesses, right? So it's very competitive. And what does she find out about her customers? they're not very loyal. They're price sensitive. Well, it seems like your price is a little high, I found somebody cheaper. She discovers, because she's on the journey, not sitting there trying to get her business plan written. Because she's on the journey, she discovers she can't make money from cleaning homes. Not enough. So she starts looking at cleaning offices. She starts cleaning offices. She gets more work cleaning offices. Some of those happen to be medical offices. And in cleaning these medical offices, there's a lot of blood and feces and urine, bio-waste. Well, then she finds out that there's this person that's certified as a bio-waste cleanup person that gets paid 4 times more than she does per hour, so she gets certified and starts cleaning up bio-waste. And then what happens? Well, she starts to think, why don't I do the certification of other cleaning people? And she gets into bio-waste certification. And she makes money. And she gets out of poverty. That journey I just described is inherently the journeys that you're trying to facilitate with your mentoring. But it's walking that journey with them and helping them see doors and helping them open doors as they go. So these are often home-based. They think they have to compete on price, so they inherently underprice their goods and services. There are a number of reasons for that I can explain. These tend to be labor-intensive businesses, and who's doing the labor? That they are, meaning if it's cooking, if it's we have a lady that makes baby bibs, really beautiful baby bibs, right? But she's got a Singer sewing machine, not a big industrial sewing machine, and she can do maybe 9 bibs a day, right? And if she's making bibs and she's got no time to do marketing or bookkeeping or anything else in the business, and there's little technology. So the ventures are not, these are the ventures. They're not glamorous. They're not sexy. If you're looking to get involved in this because you want to help create some scalable, cool kind of thing that's going to change how medical billing is done in America, well, this is probably the wrong place for you, probably the wrong program, because we got people starting bakeries and, you know, make a skin lotion, and make a lip balm, and have 2 trucks, and they'll haul whatever you need hauled, wherever you need it hauled, or what have you. I'm not saying there aren't some diamonds in the rough that have meaningful potential. I'm trying to give you more the mainstream picture of what we're dealing with here. And so, and I'm continually learning new things. Do you know what microblading is?
I believe it's with eyebrows in.
It is with eyebrows. Yeah, I didn't have a clue what it was, but we got a lady who does microblading, and I think your eyebrows need doing too. A nice pink would be. So anyway, now look at these ventures and think about what happens when they try to start the venture. They fall in to something we call, and this is where the mentoring becomes really critical. Remember, we're trying to get into sustainability. We're trying to find the profit. And so they fall into what we call the commodity trap. What does that consist of? Well, it first starts when I start a cleaning business, and there are a whole ton of other cleaning businesses, and so there's no differentiation. The entrepreneurs all these entrepreneurs, I guarantee you, they will tell you there's no competition.